Zion's like the king of hype. Entire career has been hype. Like viral IG post in high school, hype. Coming into the NBA, huge hype. Now, 6 years in, still living on hype. Oh, Zion looks great. This could be amazing. How many other players could have lived this long on hype? Nobody. Would have at least been traded by now. But here we are again. Skinny Zion says things are different. But this time, people are actually believing it. And I know that sounds crazy, but there is a legit reason they might actually be right. And if they are, Zion's got the talent of a top 3 NBA player, like Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Zion. No joke, because as a player, Zion is one of one, a freight train with guard skills, and when he's healthy, draws double teams that open the floor for everybody else. No one in the league is built like him, and that's why if this version of Zion is real, the entire NBA has a problem. But how real is this, and why are people buying it outside of him just looking skinny? Because there's actually more to this story. But I could not be more excited that Vuori is sponsoring today's video because I wear Vuori almost every day. Like when I went cliff jumping in Greece this summer, rocked Vuori swim shorts all day long. But summer is over, baby. It is time to pull out some of my other favorites, like the Ponto Performance Crew. I'm wearing it right now. It's my go-to lightweight crew neck layer for cold weather workouts. Got dream knit fabric, buttery soft, performance stretch knit, quick drying and moisture wicking, plus the little side zip stash pocket for holding like a key or a card or whatever. Then the Strato Tech Tee, the softest performance tee in the game. It is lightweight, also moisture wicking, a perfect fit for training or just everyday wear. By the way, don't forget the crew socks. Comfortable as it gets while also all about performance. I like Vuori because they're inspired by coastal California, which is totally my vibe, but they are designed to fit great, feel great if I'm active or I'm just chilling at the house watching a game. So head to VuoriClothing.com by clicking the link in the description so they know you got there from this video. Check out the stuff I talked about in this video, and they have a ton more of stuff on their site if you just browse around. Again, click the link in the description so they know you came from AM Hoops, and thanks again to Vuori. Well, Zion showed up to Media Day looking fit, and yes, we have seen that before. But this is scary fit. Like, this photo of him looks almost fake, but it's from the Pels official X account. And at the mic, dude said some jaw-dropping things. First of all, off-season workouts consisted of boxing and football drills to keep it fun. Apparently the trainer said, "Yo, Zion, we need to find something that you enjoy." And side note, I didn't know professional athletes need to find fun exercises. Like, they're paying you 40 million bucks. Pretty sure you're not like a soccer mom trying to stay in shape, but whatever works. And then Zion said those magic words.
Dude, it feels good to feel good. I haven't felt like this since college, high school, just where I can walk in the gym and I'm like, I feel good.
Oh, college, high school? You know, those magical days when Zion was unstoppable? Okay, but how is this actually different? Well, people believe the hype this time because of motivation Zion has never had before. So Joe Dumars was hired to run the front office after David Griffin got fired. And this guy won 2 titles as a player in Detroit, 1 as a GM, but turn around the Pelicans? I don't care if you are a Hall of Famer, that is tough. Now, most GMs would have gone the safe route, right? Like, the old guy's gone, so let's tear it down, start over. Those were all his mistakes, I'm starting new. But instead, Dumars did the opposite. On draft night, he doubled down on this team. Traded next year's pick to get Derek Queen, not Cooper Flagg, Derek Queen. And next year's pick could be top 5 with how deep the West is. So what kind of protections did he put on this? None? What? But that all connects with Dumars' other big move. When he got the job, reports say there was a mandate from ownership to trade Zion Williamson. Organization was done with Zion. Top 5 talent, can't stay in shape or be a pro. But the risk with that is that if you trade him, it forces Zion to grow up with a reality check, matures somewhere else, balls out. But what if you could force that growth in New Orleans? So instead, Dumars goes to ownership and says, "No, I believe in Zion. You hired me to run this team? Well, screw your mandate." He even sent Zion to Chicago to be the Pels rep at the draft lottery. Do you remember that? It was in the middle of all this trade mandate rumor stuff, and people were like, that's weird. I thought they were gonna trade Zion. Why is he repping the Pels? It's because Dumars was telling the world, this is our guy, he is going nowhere. And apparently, Zion saw this and perked up.
They embraced me, and I just told them, no, I'm not going to let y'all down. If they believe in me that much, it helped a lot. It helped a lot that they really believed in me. Like I said, man-to-man conversations, they're going to hold me accountable. They're giving me a lot of responsibilities, and I'm here for it.
And I know we have heard that all before, but can you imagine what this last year must have been like for Zion? Like, the whole organization finally gives up on him. Then some guy comes in from the outside and tells them all to get lost. Everybody needs someone to believe in them, so maybe this could force the change while still being in New Orleans. However, the flip side to all this is the last front office tried to hold him accountable. They even suspended Zion last year for being late to a flight. I mean, guys are late all the time. You rarely see suspensions, especially to the franchise player. But this is a different kind of approach by Dumars. So great, Zion's in shape, could dominate, but here's the thing, okay? The problem has been injuries. In 6 years, Zion has missed 258 regular season games. That is 55%, which means he's only played in 45% of possible games. That's insane. And it didn't say DNP fat on the box score. It said DNP hamstring or foot or back. So why are people so mad at Zion? Well, it's because in basketball, conditioning and injuries are closely related. Zion has missed huge stretches for lower body injuries. Foot fracture in 2022, hammy in 23, ankle problems. But these aren't random freak injuries, they are stress injuries that tend to pile up when a player carries extra weight. Plus, when you're not conditioned, Zion's been over 300 pounds, muscles and soft tissue are more prone to strains. So yes, he cannot control injuries per se, but the one thing he can't control, conditioning, Zion doesn't stay on top of that, which is why people are upset. So Joe Dumars is now betting it all on Zion Williamson. But what else did he do this offseason? Well, the Pels actually have made a ton of changes recently. Out are vets like CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Bruce Brown. In have been Jordan Poole, Kevon Looney, Sadiq Bey, plus Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen through the draft. Now, people clowned on Dumars for that Queen trade, but if his plan actually works, then that pick is in like the 20s if they make the playoffs, so who cares? Well, making the playoffs is a long shot because according to odds, to make the playoffs, the Thunder are such a favorite, they don't even have odds, okay? Rockets, though, are minus 5,000, which is huge. Then the Nuggets, Lakers, Pels are next to last, plus 880. Meaning if you bet $100, you would win $880. And Dumars bet their first round pick on that? Remember, miss the playoffs, you're in the lottery, which means it could go number 1. That is insane. So a reporter asked him, hey, seems like you've got pretty big expectations of making the playoffs, right?
No, I'm just trying to build a deep team. It wasn't like, okay, we made this trade, I expect to make the playoffs. That's short-sighted to me. You got to build something deeper than that.
That's short-sighted? Maybe trading the pick unprotected for Derek Queen was short-sighted. But hey, this whole thing all really depends on Zion. Dumars sure believes in him for year 7, and now a whole lot of people also think, hey, this time could be different. If not, expect this to finally be the last year for Zion in New Orleans. Why? Because the organization's stuck. Too good to trade for pennies on the dollar, but he's too unpredictable to build around. But after 7 years, the insanity has got to stop. Now, maybe it's a trade. Maybe they just cut him with $90 million non-guaranteed dollars left on his deal. So the Pels have options, but now one last chance for all this Zion hype to finally work out. But the Rockets at minus 5,000 seems crazy after the latest news. Fred VanVleet has torn his ACL in like a pre-camp in the Bahamas. Houston now has Amen Thompson at point guard. Kind of crazy for a guy in year 2 who has never been full-time point guard in the NBA. But there's a reason that the Rockets actually might benefit from this. Otherwise, Houston has a major problem.